Has Premier League been unfair? Oh, is Champions League been unfair? Hello, guys. Welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your awesome, and we are back again with another one. Real Madrid are through to the next round of the Champions League by beating Atletico Madrid in penalties by 4 goals to 2. How did they do it? You may ask. Well, Atletico Madrid scored a goal through Julian Alvarez. He fell down, and in the process of falling, according to the referees, according to the VAR, he touched the ball twice before it went to the back of the net. So they had to cross-check that if it happened, and they cancelled the goal. Of course, this was a quick VAR. It did not take time, and we were just told the goal was ruled out. So according to all the rules that I've read, it is the correct rule. If a player touches the ball twice, the ball is and the ball goes to the back of the net, they rule it out. It doesn't matter whatever that happens. So what am I talking about? Has football been unfair in the Champions League for Atletico Madrid? Because judging by the two legs, Atletico Madrid were the better of the two teams in the Champions League. In fact, they performed well in those two times that they deserve to be somewhere in terms of their performance wise. They deserve to actually have gone further because of the way they've done in terms of performance wise. But also on the other side, when you look at it, so Real Madrid are a heritage club. They don't really matter whatever that happens with them. At the end of the day, their team always gets the job done. So the 1-2 goals to 1 at the Santiago Bernabeu. This was a different game because Atletico Madrid, through Conor Gallagher, scored an early goal, an amazing goal, by the way, early in the game. And from then, that was the end of the game. It just finished like that. Until they tried, they caused chaos, and they just could not break down through Courtois. And the game, as it continues, it left to go into penalties. Let's talk about the game. What do you think about it? Oh, Real Madrid got a penalty in the game, by the way. Vini Jr. could not convert his penalty, and that's why the game actually moved this far. Because today it was one of those games in which, if there was going to be a decider, in which in this case was the penalty, if it had been converted, then the game would have actually ended through that penalty. Vini missed. There's something wrong with him. I don't think they even given him an opportunity to kick again. So that's why we did not see him in the penalty shootout in the last minute. But in terms of Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham was back, and he was showing the world and Israel Atletico Madrid what he is, what he offers into the game, how much of an influence, how much of a megastar he is to help the team to go forward. He was so much of a threat, even though he was only showing up in the pockets of the moments. He was not really there the whole entire game. And I think that's where the problem has been, or was, for Madrid. In the situation which they are expected to perform, they are expected to show something, they've actually disappeared from the game, and they were not actually even seen in the game until to the very end because they won the game. So many questions that to be asked there. How did they win the game? Like I said, they just made sure that they stayed the game. They suffered the most. They stopped the ball. They just continued going until the goals went to penalties. Something I learned about Thibaut Courtois that I did not know. He's not actually one of the best penalty specialists. So in terms of how the game actually went by, he only managed to become a goal scorer because the other goals disallowed because of the laws, which VAR cross-checked, and the other one is that the player hit the post of the bar to make two shots, which Atletico Madrid missed, and Real Madrid converted theirs. All hitting in the same direction: Kylian Mbappe, Valverde, Jude Bellingham, and I think the only one who could not convert was Vasquez, the captain. Then the last goal was scored. It was a confusing game, but it was entertaining because I think it had all the chaos. According to the commentators who were in the game, they said it has never happened that a Madrid derby ends without actually the chaos, without actually seeing something to talk about. It never happens that way because it's because of the chaos. Hence why it is one of those games that I really loved. And I think you can see that Diego Simeone has been into this Madrid derbies a lot, because after the end of the game, he was the biggest cheerleader of his team, trying to force them to go celebrate with the fans that they did not make it, but they gave it their all. And it was really curious and exciting to watch, but to see, because I thought he would have come in and it was gonna be crazy, especially with the comments they put in the games. They're saying that if you don't win, he's gonna cut off his balls or something like that. I don't really know. I didn't get into that. It was just crazy. Some of the comments he was giving, but in terms of the game, Atletico Madrid were the better team, to be honest, even though percentage wise did not show, because in terms of hold out play, in terms of passing the ball, in terms of spending the time with the ball, detecting the ball, it was actually Real Madrid who had the ball most of the time, but they were being told where to hold the ball. They were being really controlled by Atletico Madrid to give them the opportunity and spaces where they hold the ball. Usually it was back behind where Thibaut Courtois is, where the likes of Rudiger are, not really going forward. So in terms of, if you look at your percentage really of the game, you'll really be surprised, because percentage does not tell you the whole entire game, because when you put the whole entire game into a nutshell, you see that it had it all. It gave it all. 17 shots at goal for Atletico to 10 for Madrid, 8 shots on target for Atletico to 3 of Madrid, position 62 for Madrid to 34, 36 or 38 of Atletico. Then with 855 passes from Real Madrid to 510 of Atletico. Then 92 pass accuracy to 86, 11 fouls from Atletico. They had more, 4 yellow cards each, no red card, offside, and 10 corner kicks for both of the teams. So the goalkeepers, especially Courtois, was tested, even though it did not really lead to anything except the early goal which was scored. That tells you what was really in the game. It did not really offer enough in terms of what we wanted to see from the game. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. It doesn't matter how it comes on. Like Arsenal played there, so that's how the game was like. And I just feel sorry for Atletico Madrid over the Julian Alvarez situation, because I think however we're gonna look at it, that was the difference maker. That's what changed the game, and we just have to accept. And on the other side, Arsenal finished, man. That goes to 3 against PSV. The game finished 2-2. Zinchenko and Declan Rice scored for, in terms of for PSV, the Pulisic as well as scored to try and put some life into the game. I think that's the only thing you can say. It finished 9-2 on aggregate. So Arsenal had already made it, even though Aston Villa beat Club Brugge by 3 goals to 0. So in terms of the game, it ended up finishing 6-1 on aggregate. Then Lee Dortmund beat Lille by 2 goals to 1, and that's how the game finished on aggregate. I think it finished uh, 3-2, which means the the table is set. That's what it means, people. It means the table is set. What do I mean when I said the table is set? If you have been paying attention, it means now we now have ideas on the next matches, how they're gonna be played, and set up like who goes forward, who goes through. So I'm gonna be showing you some. Bayern Munich will play against Inter. On the days will be announced, of course, in terms of the time and who starts again. Then Real Madrid plays against Arsenal. Then we will have Barcelona playing against Dortmund, PSG playing against Aston Villa. Then we will have Real Madrid versus Arsenal, as well as Aston Villa versus PSG. Then Dortmund versus Barcelona, and the Inter versus Bayern Munich on those 2 legs of the quarterfinals. It's looking tested. Those are the last minutes where Real Madrid comes to life. If they make it to the final, we know what's going to happen. But we are excited of how the season is going on. Like we're excited of what the Champions League is offered. Even though my team came out to the better team PSG yesterday, I still goes out held high, because I think as a team we offered what we could. Like David, subscribe to the Connect. Let me know what your thoughts were on the football. We are out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect. Peace.